Have you ever just got in a funk or got kind of depressed or kind of down and out and you wonder, how in the world did I get here? How did I end up this way? What's going on? And have you ever went back and just looked at the patterns of your life and see how you might have got to where you are? A few years ago, when I got in a very lethargic way of life, not even enjoying things that I once enjoyed, kind of the depression stage, I had to ask myself a few questions. How much scroll time have you been doing on your phone? How much time have you spent on social media? How much time have you been spending watching the news? How much time have you been trying to do things that you don't really enjoy just because you want to keep other people happy? A lot of things I had to ask myself. And I had a job change during that time, which was a good thing. It's something that I wanted. But it was such a dramatic change from the pace that I worked so fast and hard for 19 years into a much slower paced job that I found myself not feeling that I was being beneficial in what I was doing. I didn't feel like that I was being productive, I guess is what I'm trying to say, of what I'm doing. And I had to do some changing in that, because here's something that I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I'm sure you have. You know, the more that you don't do things, the more you sit around and be lazy and just scroll on your phone or just let life pass you by, the less you want to do. But when you find yourself being productive in life, being involved in other people's lives, not being all about yourself, it makes you feel more alive. It makes you feel more energetic. It makes you feel like being more and doing more. Being active is a good thing. You know, now that I'm in my 50s, I think about this even more, because I see people that retire, they have worked hard all their life, and they go home and they just give up and they don't do anything, and then in a few years their health went bad or they have passed away. Then when you're in your 30s, 20s, 30s, and 40s, you are out there getting it, you're living life, you're trying to provide for yourself or your family, and you're in that everyday routine, in that groove of life, and you lose yourself during that time, and you're being productive, but you're not doing things or living a part of life with the important things. Taking time for your family, taking time to spend quality time with your family, doing things for yourself. So there's a balance that we have to find in our life. We don't want to be so busy that we're burnt out, that we're not productive, that we have been given so much of ourselves that we're not giving anything back to ourselves, or taking some things in that we're able to give more. But don't get to a point in your life where you just lay down and quit, say, well, I've paid my dues and that's it and I'm done. No, as long as you're breathing air, we need to be active in our lives. If you're going to take a day off and do nothing, plan that day and do it on purpose, but don't stay there too long. Have a plan, have a reason to get up in the morning, have a reason for your feet to hit the floor. Because when you don't, you stay there too long, it's harder to get out of that lethargic way of thinking. Just my thought for today. Stay active. Y'all have a great day.